Armchair. You're listening to the Armchair Quarterback Sports Radio, #1 sports station.
Good afternoon, and this is your Armchair Quarterbacks Sports Flash. Happy Labor Day weekend. Here's your slate for Saturday, September 2nd, the first full day of college football. Games of interest, number 2, Michigan hosts East Carolina. That game is at noon on Peacock. Wolverines 36-point favorites, 51.5 is the over. Number 12, Tennessee Volunteers host Virginia. The Vols, a 4-touchdown favorite, over-under is 58. Number 3, Ohio State is at Indiana. Buckeyes, minus 29, over-under 59.5. UMass is at Auburn at 3:30 on ESPN. The Georgia Bulldogs hunker down between the hedges at 6 Eastern on the Plus. They'll be taking on UT Martin. The line has been taken off the board. 7:30 Eastern, SEC Network, Middle Tennessee at number 4, Alabama. Crimson Tide, a 39-point favorite, over under 54.5. West Virginia is at number 7, Penn State. Outside the SEC on Fox at noon, Colorado's at number 17, TCU. The Horned Frogs, 21-point favorites, over under 59.5. One of the better matchups of the weekend, number 21, North Carolina Tar Heels clash with the South Carolina Gamecocks. That game is being played at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, a neutral site. North Carolina, minus 2.5, over-under is 64. The Tulane Green Wave, ranked 24th in the land, will clash with South Alabama, 8 o'clock on ESPNU. Green Wave, minus 6, over-under 55.5. And Sunday, September 3rd, there's a triple header in college football. Starting at noon, Northwestern at Rutgers. Northwestern minus 7, over under 40.5. At 3:30 on CBS, it's Oregon State versus San Jose State. The Beavers, number 18 in the country, 17.5-point favorites, over under 54.5. And the big one, the game of the weekend on Sunday Night Football, ABC. Number 5 LSU clashes with number 8 Florida State. The Tigers are a 2.5-point favorite over the Seminoles. Over-under is 57.5. And your Labor Day weekend ends on Monday night with number 9 Clemson, a 13-point favorite at Duke. The over-under is 56. And that's your Armchair Quarterback Sports Flash. Stay tuned for Braves Country right here on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, in Newnan, Georgia, simulcasting on youtube.com at Braves Country.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Fridays, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with? How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes 1 free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. And don't forget that 2022 is almost over. That means most insurance policies will reset by the new year, and to avoid losing that extra money, you need to use it or lose it. Book an appointment today with Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton to lock in these exclusive deals. Call 706-623-0318 or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
Hey, Braves Country! Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball, for the fans, by the fans.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. Armchair.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub cup. Really? This is what you're doing?
Chief, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Armchair. YouTube Live.
Radio station. The radio station you can call your own. Do you know what listeners like about our station?
I like everything. It's always on my radio.
We never stop the music, except for now, when I talk.
Well, if you stand and block the screen, you may just lose your life. And that goes for all 30 friends and 30 friends' wives. Because he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks.
Good morning. How are you guys? I don't know who's all showing up for this fantasy football draft, but you know what? Who gives a damn? It's about to begin. Sean, good seeing you.
Good seeing you as well.
I've got my famous Stephen Trosch will be happy. By the way, if y'all see anyone jumping in the backstage or whatnot, or someone's texting you, let me know. I'm going to be looking at the screen more than I am looking at the backstage. But I'm wearing my infamous Dan Marino reversible jersey. When the guys come over today, it'll be on the green side, right, or teal side. It really wasn't a true teal back in the 90s, but this is the road jersey. And I've had this thing since 1990. 1990, I got this thing from my parents. It was a Christmas gift way back in high school, and somehow the damn thing still fits. I don't know how that happened. It got real close a couple of years ago, but I've lost about 60 lbs since then. So actually, a tad more than that. But Doug, how are you doing, sir? Doug, I think you're probably muted. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Look alive. We're 9 minutes away from the draft. We're going to be talking some fantasy football here. Looking forward to this. I got the number one pick. I'm not going to spoil it because I went ahead and put it in the queue, which you can see off to the side. I'm going to do a little different than what most folks will do, mainly because I don't expect to have the number one pick. I've got a lot of lower picks, and I expect to kind of go wide receiver heavy in a lot of my other drafts. So I think I'm probably going to go Christian McCaffrey with my first pick. So spoiler alert. Who is touchdown syndrome? Is that anyone know?
Touchdown syndrome, that's Will.
That is. Okay. So he'll probably go Justin Jefferson, knowing him. But anywho, where y'all drafting at?
I am.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm third. I'm Country Roads, take Mahomes. So,
and I'm right behind him in fourth.
Are you going to be the wild card and take Mahomes?
Not in that spot. No. I still might end up with him. We'll see. Not third overall though. That would violate the Jake Plummer proclamation that I have not violated since 1997.
Come on, man. Go out there and get yourself a rookie quarterback. It'll work out. Well.
No, I'm good.
Go out there and get Sam Howell.
Definitely not that one.
I actually like Sam. I think he's going to do pretty well. I don't know about fantasy wise, but
better real life than fantasy quarterback is my take on Sam.
I'm more interested to see who his next head coach is.
I think his next head coach is already in the building. I think it's Bieniemy, but that's just me.
Oh, well, yeah, true. Because I'm not sure what happens with Rivera, but, man, he just hasn't done it yet. And I'm starting to think he was a one-trick pony. If he didn't have Cam Newton in his prime, he wasn't really all that great.
Cam Newton in a season for the ages at that. So.
All right. So trying to navigate this and get everything set up. This is the one thing that is the drawback about shows like this is there's a real difficulty navigating the screen and then also leading the conversation. So y'all just chat, man. I'm going to have to play. I got two hats on.
Doug, how do you feel about the Raiders this year? Let me hear it.
Oh,
that was a long sigh.
That's a long sigh. I think they'll do better than they did last year. I mean, but they probably won't win any more than 8 games. 8 games is optimistic this year.
Is there a head coach in the building right now for next year?
Is who?
Is their head coach in the building for next year?
Yes. Yeah. Him and Ziegler are so entrenched with Davis. I think there would have to be a monumental collapse. I mean, we'd have to go completely defeated or only win 1 or 2 games for Davis to have to make another decision. He's into those 2 guys for so much money. I mean, he's still paying John Gruden off. So I don't see him moving on, like I said, unless there's, like I said, a complete disaster.
So I know I might have sent out an email talking about, don't worry about talking college football. This thing's not going to replay. It's long story short, it's just going to be a disaster on radio. So don't worry about this replaying. So if y'all want to talk college football today, whatever, just have at it. I'm not going to worry about it because it started off wonky. I had a really late night last night because of the Braves game. By the time I shut everything down from all the radio stations, it was like 2 a.m. So, and I've been doing that for the last couple. Braves are on a road trip out west the week of fantasy football. It's really been a collision in my life, along with, oh, by the way, a hurricane blowing through the northern Florida area. So,
yeah, I know. I'm still cleaning up after that.
Good times.
By a hurricane, do you mean all the Miami fans that were at the game last night? Because it looked packed.
There was like 4 or 5, maybe. that was Miami Hurricane football, right? They should actually be there. That should actually be the hype video. Come to Miami and literally only play in front of your friends and family.
That game had as many people at it as the game last year when my alma mater, Middle Tennessee State, came in and beat them. That's not a great sign.
Yeah, it was a Friday night game going into Labor Day. This just tells you that there's absolutely no hype for their program. Like nobody's getting excited about it. I know the diehards like Steven and Brian and whatnot are going to be, still supporting him and watching him. And I get that part of it, but there's just nothing behind that program right now. Well, honestly, for the last 20 something years.
Yeah, and it seems like it ain't going to change anytime soon. I think Miami of Ohio might have had more fans at that game than the Hurricanes themselves. I think they proved who the real Miami was in terms of fans last night.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, I thought they did what they needed to do on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually surprised. What a bunch of waste of time that draft prep crap is. the Yahoo draft prep.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever stopped and wasted 5 or 10 seconds on that to watch it?
I admit I have.
What a disaster.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm wondering. Oh, okay. It did let Steven on the screen. I didn't know how many people it was going to let on the screens. We keep piling in here. I think we're going to get about a half dozen or more on the show today.
Like the Partridge Family.
Steven, welcome in. Ignore the email that I sent out. We're just going to talk college football and whatever the hell we want to talk about, because this is going to be a disaster trying to put this on the radio. So, it already started off wonky because of me. I didn't get started till after 10 a.m. Actually get to talking today because of the late pitch last night. Whew. Braves tried like hell to make it interesting, but they beat the Dodgers again. So.
Hey, Dodgers are one of those teams who are scuffling. Take advantage while you can. The Braves are hot.
That's one of the hottest teams in baseball.
I know, but the Braves got them scuffling, I'm saying.
Well,
I mean, I hate to say it, but the Braves are just something else this year. I mean, it's going to have to be dumb luck for them not to win the World Series.
Exactly.
They're just that much better than everybody else.
And the second best bullpen in baseball. I know a lot of Braves fans think we have this disaster of a bullpen because everyone thinks they're supposed to go out and fire 5 shutout innings every night. It just got a little better. They announced this morning Ben Heller's back. So they sent D Vines down and brought Ben Heller back. But and for folks that are freaking out, I saw so many comments this morning. This is the expanded roster, the 40-man roster that can go to 28 every day. So you're going to see this every day. You're going to see guys get sent back down, option, quote unquote, that can easily come back up in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the same rules.
No, it's fluid. Very fluid.
I would suspect that Vines would be back. Probably early next week to pitch in the St. Louis series.
He didn't look that bad. I mean, he 6 innings, 2 runs, everything you could ask for a first start of the season for the big guy.
It'll mean more to me if they beat the Dodgers in October, which is all that matters to me.
Well, the draft is already on, so thanks for telling me. See, this is why I queued it up. Offs. All right, so I'm taking the first pick. Like I said, I'm taking CMC just because I think I'll go wide receiver heavy in most of the other drafts. I don't think I have the number 1 pick in any other draft. Of course, we don't know a couple of them yet, but I'm just taking them because I don't know. I'm a little skeptical on Justin Jefferson this year just because to draft him that high with the addition of Addison, it makes me a little nervous.
And you got Hawkinson there as well.
What's that?
And you got TJ Hawkinson there as well.
Exactly. I mean, I don't hate the pick. I just like, you know what? I'm going to be all old head about it and take a running back with number 1.
Old style.
So was I right? Did
he took Jefferson? Yeah.
Yep. I thought he would. So he took Jefferson. So y'all just, man, I'm telling you, just lead this charge. I got to look at 3 different screens as I'm doing this, so I'll get sidetracked on the comments.
I'm not overthinking it. It's my pick, and I'm a huge believer and always have been in the contract year bump. So give me Austin Eckler.
Mm-hmm.
Paid off nicely for Jacobs last year, even though he didn't get paid the way he wanted. He certainly balled out like he wanted to.
This is where the one knucklehead who's drafting ninth goes, oh, man, I wanted him. Thought he was going to fall to me. Quit taking
You
my
sniped
guy.
Tyreek Hill for me. I had the 10th pick. Okay.
Quit taking my guy.
I'm going to go with a little bit of an old school mentality as well. I'm banking on another big season from him, banking on him to stay healthy. I'm going to give Saquon Barkley a roll of the dice.
Are you BA?
Yes, sir. I'm BA and a lot of junk. Now BA and Bischoff's Bandits. For now.
Bijan Mustard is a great team name. Who is that?
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Is that you, Trosch? That's a great team name.
Like he actually has his own brand of Dijon mustard.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
he's had it
no.
since his Longhorn days.
And I'm still reeling that Cooper Kupp actually went 5th.
And it's funny because I heard Atlanta radio station the other day trying to correct someone and say, well, don't pronounce it Bijan because he's from the Bayou, and he was trying to tell you I'm like, he's obviously leaning into that pronunciation if he's putting out a mustard. What the hell are you talking about, you moron?
Yeah.
Oh man, why not? Great mark. A lot of these kids, I think he'll be a stud, but you'd be dumb as a rookie not to take advantage of some marketing. When the money's there, got to take it.
Trosch, you made a comment about you being surprised that Kupp went 5th. I don't know, man. Just like it feels like the Rams are the Dead Sea of fantasy, at least in projection systems going into the year. It's just like nobody wants anything to do with the Rams.
It's not only that, it's he had a setback with his injury, and it just feels grim with him.
The vibes are bad with that team, man. They might be a horrible watch.
But if he's Cooper Kupp, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll defend that on, they're going to be behind in a lot of games.
True.
And if he is Cooper Kupp, I still think he's back in short order, but I get the hesitation because, man, your number one pick, you don't want to go. I wonder what week he's going to start. That's just,
There's possibly nobody on this panel more qualified to speak about the irritating business of watching Fat Matford down 4 touchdowns go off in fantasy than me. I've seen it plenty. So that's a good point.
I just grabbed Nick Chubb quick as my second pick. Back-to-back running backs for me. I'm really old school today.
BA getting a chubby early on.
Getting some morning I should draft Robert Woods, I guess, too.
What does the BA stand for in that name? Is that like BA Baracus?
Bruce Arians.
I
guess so alive.
Yeah, he's still kicking. He's playing golf and drinking bourbon every day, I'm pretty sure at this point.
He's saying, I successfully ruined a franchise, just in one fell swoop.
And then he successfully brought ours back to earth.
Ooh, my turn.
Todd Bowles over there going, thanks a lot, man, because they're going to blame me for this crap again. It's not my fault.
I blame the divorce.
So many choices. Homerism abounds. Give me the Sun God.
Not a terrible pick.
I like it.
I like it.
Touchdown syndrome. So where's old William going today? I think I already know
who goes to either Stephon Diggs or Derrick Henry.
I think I already know who my next 2 picks are, considering who's out there.
Should I just like say one of your picks right now?
I don't think you're looking at the one that I really want. I would say really want that I'll take at this spot.
It's going to be one of Adams or Waddle. Got a feeling.
You shut your horse mouth.
Oh, Henry off the board.
Okay, I knew Henry was going there. That's the only reason I didn't say Derrick Henry.
Good pick.
All right, I'm going to go goofy. I still don't think this guy's going to have as good a year as everyone thinks he is, but I'll take Garrett Wilson. I had him last year, and I used to get pissed off because of, I'm like, he's open. He's open. Damn.
I will say the fantasy bump from what they were running out at quarterback last year to even a 70% Rodgers is sizable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make Steven happy. I'll take Waddle.
Waddle.
I still think Adams is like one of the best players in football right now. He just, and they are going to be losing a lot of games.
Yeah.
Sorry, Doug. So I've got Wilson, Waddle, and McCaffrey. I like that as a start to a team.
Yeah, that's a nice core.
It sounds like a really unsuccessful law firm. Call Wilson, Waddle, and McCaffrey now.
Call Wilson, Waddle, and McCaffrey for your fantasy needs today. Man, I can't. Gotta love the vibes. College football and fantasy football weekend. This is just epic.
What's the first team on the docket that y'all are excited to watch today?
Today, I mean, obviously, not the most, but Penn State. The most game I'm looking forward to most today, I would say, is probably the Carolina battle, North and South Carolina. Spencer Rattler and Drake May. I think that's going to be a fantastic game. I also think, for intrigue purposes, I'm interested to see what Prime does against TCU. The defending runner-ups. I think that one should be entertaining at least because Deion's involved.
You want me to tell you what he's going to do? He's going to get dozed.
You think so?
Yep.
I want to be surprised.
Well, I'm gonna do the first maybe real shocker. I don't know how much of a shocker it is, but I'm gonna take a QB and a running back all in one. Give me Hurts.
There goes Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm. He was the QB2 and the running back 9 in standard scoring in fantasy last year in one dude. So
that's wild.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's good value right there. Oh boy. I'm on the clock. Should probably at least consider a wide receiver at this point in time, but probablys aren't that fun in fantasy football. So I'm going to be a hog, and I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to take Josh Jacobs and just keep adding to my running back room.
That works out for me. I'm just going to go ahead. I took Kelsey, my first round pick. Give me Patrick Mahomes. I got a feeling a quarterback run is coming.
There you go.
I was thinking about Mahomes to keep the run going, but I'm up in 2 picks again, so I'm hoping the other guy falls back too.
Let's see if Bobby ruins my plans for a second time.
He's playing with his kitten on the couch right now, probably.
He just couldn't let me have the Bijan combo. So Devontae Smith was pretty expected, but I'm kind of interested to see where he's going to go here.
I know. One of those interesting things, I think Philly's going to be interesting yet again. A lot of star power.
I'm about to shock some people with this pick.
Joe Mixon, Bobby ended up going with.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I need a running back. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs. There's no way Montgomery keeps that. No,
you got him.
Sorry.
Country Roads is pissed.
Nah. He's somebody I'm interested in, but I really think it's going to be the old Thunder and Lightning. I think he's going to catch more than he runs. He's definitely not going to vulture any goal line touchdowns. They brought Montgomery in just to be an upgrade, just to be a younger version of Jamal Williams. So that's a good pick. I mean, I think he's going to receive. He's going to receive a lot. Maybe they didn't sign a second receiver. Jameson's out the first 6 games. I mean, all we did was bring Marvin Jones back to take the DJ Chark catches. So
Sean, you're doing a great job of keeping your composure, but as soon as the camera goes like, stupid freaking Trojan is stupid.
Nah. I wasn't that excited.
And everything he stands for.
Well, whoever's playing me week 13 gets a treat. I have Barkley, Mark Andrews, and Josh Jacobs all on a bye in 13.
That's a terrible week to have that kind of bye.
Yeah, just got to start the season on fire.
This guy.
This is a conversation I've had with people over the years. I never look at that because at the end of the day, if you stack them all up, it's 1 week that you have a weakness, and you might crush people the rest of them. I love this guy this year. I don't know. Bags are mixed on him. I'm taking Ramondre. Belichick loves his bell cows when he's got a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you think they're going to have Zeke vulture a lot of those goal line carries?
Yeah, but if Ramondre runs it in from the 26, why does it matter? he might get some, right? Especially the way Zeke showed up in camp. They might just use him as an O lineman, but
I mean, the offense has to get to the 26 for that to even be a possibility.
Yeah.
It's just it does feel
not
good
having the upgrade from. I don't like to do coordinator stuff a whole lot. The upgrade from freaking Pencilhead Patricia being the offensive coordinator, which was hysterical because he's never called offensive plays a day in his life, to Bill O'Brien, who, say what you want for what he did to the Texans, is an amazing offensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
That upgrade cannot be understated. That is insane.
Yeah, anytime. You had Patricia and Joe Judge running the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
A defensive coordinator and a special teams guru running your offense.
2 of the 3 blind mice. If you had brought in the guy from the Bears, who was the guy from the CFL that tried to run the Bears into the ground?
Oh, Mark Trestman. Yeah,
Trestman. Yeah, if you bring in Trestman, you got the holy trinity of coordinator idiocy running the Patriots last year.
That guy was a goofball.
I don't know. Cam Cameron going 1-15 with the Dolphins doesn't.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's up there.
We can never forget because it's not the Ofer that most people remember, but the Lions Ofer season with bald head coach, worked for the Cowboys forever after that.
Marinelli.
Yeah, Marinelli, Rod Marinelli. Boy, that was a long season.
Yeah,
that Lions season overlapped with Rich Rod's second season in Ann Arbor. How I didn't come out of that with cirrhosis of the liver, I'll never know.
I'm shocked I still am able to know you after that type of season.
You're just reminding me that we had Adam Gase and Al Golden at the same time.
Oh, Al came up lately. Who did he just get a job with? He's an OC in the NFL somewhere. Somebody hired him as an OC. I'm trying to remember who it is.
I remember hearing his name on one of the broadcasts recently.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Who?
Al Golden.
Al Golden.
Oh man, that's a throwback.
Somebody brought him in as an NFL OC, which is
he's the defensive coordinator of Notre Dame.
Oh, that's what it is. That's right. He replaced.
That makes a lot more sense.
He replaced the guy that split. That's right. My bad.
I was like, that guy's a defensive coach. What the hell's he doing?
It
had to been Belichick.
Yeah, maybe the Patriots hired him.
Had to been Belichick. It'll be fine. Coaching's coaching.
Tell that to Urban Meyer.
Oh, God.
Good Lord, that tongue bath that's going on Netflix with the Swamp Kings.
Oh, God.
Jeez,
not a word about Hernandez or any of the 81
players. Not a word about the fact that they basically were it was a farm for, just delinquents and serial killers.
Other than that, great place to play.
Other than that, we were successful.
I'm going to have a homer pick here. I'm going with Chris Godwin.
I mean, you had a serial killer, 2 guys in the Pouncey brothers who wore Free Aaron Hernandez shirts going in towards the trial publicly.
Yeah.
You had one of the most famous racial rants in the history of sport with what was the wide receiver's name at the Eagles?
Riley Cooper.
Yeah, Riley Cooper. And then you had a self-proclaimed Christian that was looking the other way on everything.
Who tore it up on the Mets.
Well, he was really quick to tell you how religious he was and how great of a person he was. But he turned a blind eye to all of that.
And then he was getting reached on in an Ohio bar not shortly after in one of his next 10 years down the road.
It's like the old saying that my dad used to say years ago, the Mr. Christian rhyme, or because Mr. Christian goes to church on Sunday, Mr. Christian goes to hell for what he does on Monday. And that was Tebow to a T.
Uncle Urban. Uncle Herb. Isn't he floating around somewhere today on TV?
I'm sure he's on the Big Ten kickoff show.
Yeah, he's on the Fox Big Ten kickoff.
I won't watch it as long as he's on there.
No, I watch the Big Ten tailgate and Big Ten Network over the Big Ten kickoff.
I actually like a lot of the guys that are on that show. I wish I could watch it, but I can't stomach her.
He's got one of the most punchable faces out there.
Tones, who's on the Big Ten kickoff show? I feel like I've watched it and I've liked it, but I can't remember.
What the hell? Oh, it's Reggie Bush is on there. He's pretty good. Leinart.
Reggie left. They replaced him with Mark Ingram II this year.
Reggie left?
Yeah. Mark Ingram is on the big noon.
Did he get another NI deal from USC or something?
I don't remember. I don't know where he left for. There was so much movement this offseason and people going places. I lost where Reggie went.
He get fired, did he?
I don't think he was part of cutbacks. No, I think he left.
Yeah, I think he left. I don't think he was a part of cutbacks.
Because I thought he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him too. I mean, he gave pretty good insight and knowledge as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's see here. Got to make another pick. Going.
Well, once I pick.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking, but you're Silent Bob over there, buddy.
I've been letting you guys talk. Trying to focus on my pick.
I'm trying to.
It's actually worked out perfectly. Bobby went Lamar Jackson, Damian Pierce. Lets me get DK Metcalf and Amari Cooper at the turn.
Man, I had my eye on Cooper right now.
Going on here. BA's got Godwin, shocker. Barkley, shocker. Tampa Bay and Penn State right there. Nick Chubb, what's his tie to Tampa Bay and Penn State? Nothing?
He actually got recruited.
Are there trade rumors?
He got recruited and then
okay, there you go. Mark Andrews, Josh Jacobs,
Mike Evans now.
Oh my God.
Shocker.
Are you gonna get Baker Mayfield?
Take Trask. Take Trask.
What is
Trask
this?
is gonna be in week 3.
Is this a buy one get one league? Do I get an extra roster spot for having Trask and Mayfield around?
I'll give it to you if you keep them both all year.
Just give me that. Hey, I might need to add Wolford in the mix at some point, so I might need to expand.
He's still going to draft Brady.
He's kicker eligible this year, so
it's not over for him, man. You shut your mouth.
Still gonna wear my Brady jersey week 1 on the show. Nope.
He had the Brady hat on yesterday. I'd never seen it before. It just says Brady in big letters.
Mm-hmm. It's like a knockoff Jordan brand.
I'm sure I'm glad that guy's humble.
Hey, at least to be fair, it's, I mean, yeah, he's making little moves, but at least I'm so glad we just don't hear his whole life story in the off season on all these Sports Center shows and everything.
I did like the commercial the other day. I think it was like one of those Heisman type of commercials. It probably wasn't Heisman because Brady didn't win the Heisman, but it was. I don't remember what they were selling, but it was Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice talking about making a comeback, and I want to say, Dan Marino was in it too. And he's like trying to call play in the huddle. He's getting delay a game for having, his reading glasses on. He can't see the plays on his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, it shows Brady and Edelman sitting there in a pool, at the pool, and Brady says something like the fact, "Should we?" And Julian Edelman sitting there like eating dip or something. He goes, "Don't even think about it."
Hey, Sean, earlier, quick, you asked who's on the Big Ten tailgate. The official crew this year is Rick Pizzo's the host, then Shane Vereen, Howard Griffith, and Gary DiNardo are the co-host, and then Mike Hall.
Oh, good old Jerry DiNardo.
Yeah, Mike Hall and Tyvis Powell are the on-site analyzers.
This is on the Big Ten tailgate?
Big Ten tailgate.
I was more serious who was on that Fox show.
Real quick, guys, I'm pulling
that is pretty good.
This is a bit ahead of schedule, but I'm going tighten up. I'm taking Nuke, man.
Ooh,
I don't think
you're taking who?
Nuke Hopkins.
Isn't it weird that it's so cool but weird still that he's a Titan?
I think people have recency bias against him in fantasy just because the Titans haven't had a dynamic offense, and I don't think they're going to be super dynamic, but I think he's going to catch a lot of short stuff and do things after the catch.
Oh, I forgot this one about this league, though. Its layout. I didn't change it at all. Oh well, it happens.
What happened?
I just forgot that the layout of the league. If you look at the roster layout,
all right,
with the two flexes.
Yeah, that would have changed my draft just a little bit.
Yeah, if I draft bad, I'm just blaming that.
If you draft bad, you can just blame the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going to blame Trosch for putting it in my head that I could get an extra roster spot if I roster Mayfield and Trask.
All right, it's my pick. All right, let me go and get me a running back since I got old freaking Limpy McLimpy over there as my starting tailback right now. Man,
you see the one you want? You see the one you want on the screen? It's right there. Come on, take him. You know you want to do it.
Who, Taylor?
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah. Let me see what we have here. What is left?
TJ Hawkinson's sitting right there for the taking.
Yep, that's what I was looking. I was looking to see what tight ends are left. Might as well grab him.
Mm-hmm.
I love drafting a guy, and he's already got a Q next to his damn name. I'm not reading it. I'm just going to draft him. The chips will fall where they freaking fall.
Q, we'll roll the dice on a Q.
Oh, well, I can't let this guy get by, man. I think he's going to ball the hell out this year. Give me Jahan Dotson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Penn State.
His advanced metrics last year in fantasy, like his points per target, were insane, and he had losers thrown to him. Mm-hmm. I don't know that Howell's going to be great, but I at least know Howell can deliver the ball where it's supposed to go inside of about 25 to 30 yards because I saw it at North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, him and McLaurin could be a very fun wide receiver duo if they just have a capable offense. If Eric Bieniemy makes some adjustments over there, that offense, or the wide receivers, I should say, should be interesting.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it just depends if they get a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I think Jacoby Brissett can make them competitive. He's not the worst option out there.
Yeah,
definitely not the worst.
You're going to get like 7 to 9 wins if you have Jacoby as your starter. So you'll be competing. You'll be in the thick of it.
How does everybody feel about the Vikings backfield situation with Cook gone? Because it feels like it's just Madison, but I think they drafted somebody, right?
I feel like
with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. I don't love it.
I think Alexander Madison's getting drafted way too high.
Yeah, his number is really high. That's what drew my attention to it. And they're I mean, I don't know. I'll raise my hand. Did we all make money on betting against them in the playoffs last year? Because the Giants beating them, I saw that coming from 3,000 miles away.
Correct.
And they were the luckiest regular season team I've seen maybe in the course of my lifetime. I mean, their point differential was like less than 25, but they only lost 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, they had a minimal point differential for how many wins they had. That's for sure.
That whole team screams regression, which is why Jefferson scares the bejesus out of me at first overall. But
I just went ahead and grabbed McLaurin since we were talking about him. I'm like, yeah, why not?
Love the pick.
Scary Terry.
First thing their new owner has to do is bring back Washington football team, because that was awesome. I loved it so much. It made them special. It made them different than everybody else. Washington football team, and if you want to have an icon on there, like put the hog on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Commanders, God, thank God Snyder's gone.
It just sounds like
that franchise. I didn't care about that franchise, and I hated him.
It just sounds like an XFL or like a AAA baseball team.
You could honestly use the old Redskin logo, but call them the Washington football team, and it would make everybody happy.
Yeah.
As long as you don't, here's the thing. That thing is such a divided argument, because I've seen Native American groups that were upset that they took away the Redskin because of what it meant and all that stuff. So whatever. I don't even want to get in the weeds on that argument, but you could have that logo of a Native American and call them the Washington football team, and just call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think the W on the helmet's fine too.
Yeah, I like the logo they had with the football team, how O'Toole was mentioned in Washington. I kind of like the W with the words around it, established this year. It made it feel special and cool, man. And just 3 team names in 5 seasons, that doesn't bode well. I don't know. It just seems off to me.
Wipe the slate clean.
Let's rename him again.
Well, I mean, if you want to lean into the TikTok crowd, just name them the Richmond north of Richmond. Put the R on the helmet. Everyone will be like, is that Redskin or is that Richmond? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, then their owner shook up with Aikman, whether it was anyone see that in the Monday night booth a couple weeks back when Aikman was talking to him, made a hand gesture, and Washington's new owner shook his hand. Aikman kind of gave him one of those looks like, or I'm sorry, Joe Buck gave him one of those looks like, I ain't shaking your hand, dude. My hand's just here right now.
Yeah, I 1,000% put that on Joe Buck. You can't be talking to a guy right next to him and put your hand out like that, looking at him, and him like the social protocol is all right. I'll shake your hand. It's kind of a weird time for me to do it, but okay.
Yeah, I see that point too. Just funny all around.
Joe Buck's an ass, anyways.
I'm not a huge Buck guy myself.
I don't like him at all. He's an ass.
I don't like him nor Aikman really necessarily. To be
I don't
honest.
necessarily dislike his broadcasting. I just don't like him as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when they were on a Bucks game the year we won the Super Bowl, and they got caught on a hot mic talking like crap about how Raymond James is running operations for the game that day. It's like, geez, they just complain and complain.
Well, they are the epitome of silver spoon privilege, right?
Fair.
You think Buck ever had to worry about where his next paycheck was coming from with Daddy paving the way?
That's a great point.
And
there's a lot of people on that train, man. Jack Collinsworth. I see Schefter's daughter is breaking stuff now on TikTok. It's like
Jack is good though, man.
Jack's not bad. I didn't say I dislike Jack.
I think he's really good.
Iron
Eagles,
the front
door open for him.
Iron Eagle.
Aaron Rodgers' brother's not very good, but Jack Collinsworth is all right.
Iron Eagle is awesome. I loved listening to him during the Notre Dame game last week.
Same,
because he doesn't sound just like his dad, but he's good.
I like Iron Eagle too.
Yeah, but come on. Gus Johnson.
He's the best.
That's the man.
He's the best.
He's the best.
I love Gus Johnson and what that guy does, man. A lot of people. I mean, I remember I grew up on Gus around the NFL bubble, and then he kept going back and forth. Any football game that Gus Johnson's a part of, whether it's college or NFL, is just 10 times better instantly.
I mean, I'm sure everybody here has seen it, but Gus first got on my radar for March Madness. Was the first place I ever heard Gus, and there's great supercuts of his calls and
March Madness as well.
He's the GOAT at crazy March Madness games.
Do you remember
him?
Yeah, but Gus is college football, man. Like that.
He is now. I'm just saying.
I know what O'Toole means, though. Back in the day, he was on a random college basketball game here, NFL game here. Yeah, now he's more solidified in the college football spectrum for sure. But, man, I remember he did Madden back in the day. They had him do a lot of Madden things, and that was very fun. He had the
what?
He whenever you were like running away for a touchdown, they would have him just say something crazy, like have him do the Batman theme song, or he would say like
Gus
Johnson.
I haven't bought a new Madden. And if I do have Madden, that bastard's on mute. I'm watching something or listening to something else.
Can't mute Gus Johnson on Madden.
Man, I gotta mute it. Matt, I gotta mute every video game because it's the same, catchphrase on every other.
I'm gonna get dragged
like
ordering
the new Madden. By the way, I found that interesting because usually it's a big tongue bath, but they are absolutely murdering the new Madden. Like
it's been bad for like 3 or 4 years now. They're just recycling the same code and it's got the same bugs every time they launch it.
I was gonna say, I feel like a couple years back, I really started hearing some pushback on EA and Madden, and they haven't really done much to change it.
I haven't played it in about 4 or 5 years because it's been dreadful.
Yeah, I don't buy it anymore. Just
I can't tell if it's just getting worse or if it's just because we're all maturing. It's a complete waste of time.
It really just has gotten that bad.
I'm about to join Tones on the Homer train because I just can't let him go by any longer. Yes. I mean, Montgomery's going to get 25 carries a game. If he stays upright, there's just no way he doesn't rush for 1,000 yards.
You're on horse.
I like that move.
All right. I'm going to do a really stupid pick.
Oh, I love it. Let's get nuts.
Let's go in. Let's go all in.
Yeah, that's throw a 7-yard pass, but he might rush for 800 yards. I like it.
So I've got my team full. Is that right? What I don't understand is
do it.
Shut up. You know what? I think I'm just going to handcuff. I really thought about being that guy and grabbing Pitts, but I don't know about Pitts, man. Every year we're sold a bill of goods and it never comes through.
He hasn't done anything yet. It kills me. He hasn't done anything.
Because he's so talented, it drives you nuts.
He is so talented, but
I'm starting to wonder, is it really the quarterback situation, or is he just not getting the separation we expect him to get?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have to check the numbers, but I think he's. I mean, at least his rookie year, he was getting the separation. His
rookie year, but I'm just saying that. So he's had a couple of major injuries, and there comes a point where you're like, dude, you keep drafting a guy waiting for him to break out. He's 30.
I think the big issue last year is he was triple teamed on nearly every pass play because there was nothing else to do.
I can see the argument for him. I'm just putting it out there that I'm tired of getting burned by that bastard.
The potential.
Does someone get auto drafted, or does someone actually draft this guy? Because I don't think he sees the field all year long.
Nope.
I think he's going all Le'Veon Bell about it.
All right, I'm gonna filibuster for a second because I'm actually going to take the best receiver on a team that ran more play action than any team in the NFL last year and has 0 good outside receivers, and I can't believe he lasted this long. Darren Waller.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I like that pick.
Nobody ran more play action than the Giants last year. They're going to do it again, and he is by default the best receiver on that team. He even plays 13 games. He ends up as tight end 1.
I bet I know where B.A. Baracus is going next. I can see him in the crosshairs.
Excellent.
Not if I take him first.
You don't have the pick.
Well, Doug beat us all to it, so.
Doug, I'm gonna come over there and
You've been sniping my picks all afternoon, so I don't want to hear it.
Oh, here we go. Sniper
I thought you were here, Doug. My bad.
I don't want to hear it.
I thought that middle screen was Weekend at Bernie's. I didn't
What if we just pretend he didn't die?
Don't worry, Doug. He's going to blame me for bringing it up.
I already sent McGee 2 texts.
Oh, have you? Is it something? Would you shut the hell up?
Shut up. I'm going to go with, man, I have way too many week 5 and 13 buys, so I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I know he lost a little appeal with Ridley coming back, but I'm going to go with Christian Kirk. I think he had a huge year last year. And, well, I'm still not up. Come on, Joey.
He's on auto draft. He's gone.
Well, I'll just talk about Christian Kirk regardless then. I doubt he's going to auto draft the guy.
Watch, he does.
If he does now.
So a buddy of mine back home was texting me about he and I moved to Orlando years ago. It was kind of ironic because he went down there for a culinary school. I just went down there to party. And then I ended up being the one who got certified and all that stuff, right? Years later, I didn't go to that school. But he was talking about how we used to get smashed on the lake and drinking cheap beer and listening to all this music. First thing that pops in my mind about that entire experience, dude, we were out there at like dawn one day, and I'm like hammered, just being loud like I can be. And this dude is telling us to shut up, and I'm telling him to bring it as he gets closer. I realize this is a terrible idea. It was like the Rock coming our way. My buddy's trying to get me to shut the hell up, and I won't back down because I'm full of the go juice. I don't give a damn. Then later on, after that guy leaves, say, "Thanks, man. I was real damn close, but I wasn't backing down."
Oh man.
I thought he was out walking like a little dog as he got close. Like, Jesus Christ, that German Shepherd he's got.
Oh man.
You know what your problem is, buddy? You should come with a warning label. You're a lot bigger than what we think you're going to be as you approach.
It's like when you look in the rear view mirror, objects may be bigger than they appear.
You must have learned that fighting tactic from our college roommate Mac, who was always 10 feet tall and bulletproof when you got 2 LITs in him.
Well, it was just the way the guy came off so incredibly rude, man. And this person's like, you're gonna have to whip my ass because I am not gonna have you bully me. And you might win, but you'll know I was there. You're going to be telling the story years later to your workout buddies going, dude, I'll never forget this one time. This guy came up with a piece of my ear. This is. Oh, that's why they call you Holyfield. I was wondering what that was all about.
I grabbed Isaiah Pacheco.
We just said in the chat, Taylor is a steal. Yeah, if you're getting your money stolen.
That's the point. Taylor is trying to steal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to reset the running back market.
I wonder who
did you not listen to anything the whole offseason? Running backs ain't getting paid, Jack.
I wonder who in the hell convinced him to go down that road.
His
You know
agent.
what I mean? Like,
His
who
agent.
got in his ear and said, hey, you know what you ought to do? You ought to piss away the best years of your career and really go all in. Because someone gave him incredibly bad. I'm assuming it's his agent, but someone gave him incredibly bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible advice.
What was that one idiot that was the agent of Ricky Williams? He was a rapper that tried to get him, that signed him a deal that was basically all incentives.
I was out when you said rapper. I got nothing.
God, he was a famous rapper at the time. I don't think his career is still kicking, although I haven't listened.
Was it Master P? Was it Master P?
So
yeah, it was Master P.
Because Master P represented some athletes for like
it was
2
Master
seconds.
P. It was Master P for sure.
He went in there and got an NFL running back, like basically league minimum with a boat ton of incentives that he never ended up getting. And everyone's like, what is he doing? Oh, he's going to prove it on the field. He's going to make a lot of money. And, you know.
Well, that was like all the athletes that remember they were signing with Kanye West for a little bit of time, and then they all dropped him quicker than a loaf of bread as well. You know, sometimes these guys just, it's a buddy system out there.
Yeah.
Until they're missing money or you know, something's.
So is
going
anyone
in
giving Virginia a fighting chance of beating Tennessee at noon today?
0.
Yeah.
The Who's are in bad hours right now with that program.
I teased it over though because I think they're going to score a lot of points, and I still think their defense is going to be a sieve.
I agree. I'm taking Tennessee.
I don't know where that piece of paper is, but I've got on my. I didn't go crazy today because I said I was going to have myself a budget on college football and pro football picks until after week 3 of each. I'm learning my lesson of oh man, you believe all this preseason hype and then you just get drug across the freaking Vegas lines.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to stay in the draft, but I got to wither and make some moves for the big game day. I'll talk to you gents in a bit.
All right.
See you, gents.
Yes.
What is he referring to?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. He said the big game day. I don't think Penn State plays till tonight, but I might be missing something.
Maybe he does 8 hours of tailgating.
He might. Men do that. 8 hours. That's what we call an eye opener around here. Maybe he does a Tampa Bay podcast or something on. I don't know. Because Notre Dame, his brother's a Notre Dame fan. Are they even playing this week?
They are, because I saw it, but I forgot who they're playing. It's nobody.
No, they're not playing until next week.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Well, they're not playing this week. I know that.
No, they are. They host Tennessee State, 2:30.
Huh.
They're playing Eddie George, which is a really weird thing.
This line must just be on a different page then. Oh yeah, 2:30. That's why you're Central Time. I always forget that. I see it there, 3:30.
Don't spoil the future for him. That's the biggest game today.
Oh, who just sniped Justin Herbert out from under me? That was good. Good job,
Willie Bob.
I'm so surprised he went Khalil Herbert.
That was me.
I know.
Boy, there are some duds on at noon. What the hell? Have you looked at the slate? Because I haven't really looked at it because I've been so focused on the Braves, and our our kickoff show doesn't really start till next week when you really start diving in. Listen to the slate that the noon games on the major networks. Bowling Green at Liberty. Arkansas State getting drugged by Oklahoma. Northern Illinois at Boston College. That might be the most interesting game. Ball State at Kentucky. La Tech at SMU. Utah State at Iowa. I saw that. I was looking at the line on that last night. Utah State's over is 9.5 today. I guess Colorado TCU's got the most fanfare. And then Virginia, Tennessee.
The closest expected game is Purdue and Fresno State. They're the only game with the spread within one touchdown
on the noon kickoffs.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, it's that.
That is being televised because I didn't see it anywhere.
I have no idea, but I mean, basically, it's that, and then Cal North Texas at 5 points at 4:00, and that's the only daytime games within 5 points of each other.
I'm interested for the Tennessee Virginia game because I want to see Milton and just want to see how well they play. But I guess the Deion Sanders debut. I want to see him stick his fist through his cowboy hat in the first quarter. He's like, what the hell, man? When I got all these 5 stars at Jackson State, this was easy as hell. What's going on out here? I heard a statistic the other day, and I did not I had to double check, make sure it was true. Do you know how many newcomers he has on that roster?
It's like 80. It's way up there. I heard it.
86.
86. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. And the way
he's
talking, where he goes, if you're not good, I'm going to get rid of you. Why would anybody go play for him? Because you're literally being dispensable. Yeah, the elite of the elite are going to feel like they're okay, but not every 5-star, 4-star athlete comes out of high school gets it right off the jump.
Very few, in fact.
Ask the Alabama quarterback situation.
Ask the Notre Dame quarterback situation last year.
Yeah.
That's why they went out and NIL'd Hartman.
I think
Buckner's in Alabama.
I think Hartman's going to have himself a year.
Hartman's. I was very hard to glean a lot from playing Navy, but he made the throws he had to make. Buckner didn't do that last year.
I saw a guy talking about this, and it was so right, so spot on. This is after the Navy game. He said, "Look, I'm sure you heard all week long, man. I don't know, man. Navy getting 20.5. I think they can hang in there." Then after the game, well, they beat Navy. Who the hell is Navy? Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, what is? Oh, I'm still ways away.
Yeah,
Raucus is
Tones to finish his auto draft.
What's that?
Tones is on auto draft. We're just waiting for that to finish up. Dallas defense.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
I heard an interesting thought. I'm interested to get Trosch's opinion of this for purposes of fantasy. Somebody had said in leagues that still use a defense, just draft the best matchup in week 1 because you're going to end up streaming most of the season anyways. I don't know that I'd ever heard that before.
That's
an interesting thought.
I've been doing that for years.
Have you really? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I always look at week 1, maybe even week 2, try to get that taken care of, and then let the cards play out. There's always going to be some defense on waivers.
I've always tried to look at what I think is the weakest division, offensively, and see if there's a defense that's really good that plays them right. Like if the NFC North is playing the whatever you think is the worst, defense in the AFC or worst offensive group in the AFC.
So I think a lot of it comes to, in our leagues, defense is a little more important because I've always liked it that way. Because if not, then I'm just not going to put a defense on there, right? Because what's the point of having defense when the only way you score is like a fumble recovery for a touchdown or whatever? But even still, I'm with Steven. I have not made defense a priority in years because I'm just like, you know what? There's always something you can stream. We think we know what the best defenses are today, but that's not what ends up being in November.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all I give a crap about is what's my defensive matchup going into the playoffs. And I used to play that game. I used to go, okay, well, who's got the best? You just can't predict it. It's not just defense that you're not sure of. It's also the offenses are going up against it. You think that an offense is going to be great or not great. I mean, what if Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are stink and you missed the opportunity to draft a defense that was going up against them in the championship,
Yeah.
I just put my hands up. So I don't know what the hell, man. I give up.
I don't know. Could be any of them.
And kickers, I usually just like to change them out every week just for something new. I'm just like, whatever, man. Let's go.
All right. Thankfully, you didn't give us kickers in this league.
Yeah, I think I'm only in maybe one that has a kicker. I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
We got kickers in most of our leagues because most of the old school guys like it. It's just not a deal breaker for me. I'm like, it's fine. It does. It makes it fun, and it also makes you mad when you either have a kicker or he goes up against you that just goes the hell off. You're like, son of a bitch, 7 field goals. Man, so for folks who are tuning in, this is not our typical tailgating show. Next Saturday, it's actually going to be a show about college football. We're just kind of shooting the bull. Are there any lines that y'all like today? College football?
Just about to ask the same thing.
Trosch is going to drag me for saying it, but I've already got a ticket on MTSU to cover. They're not getting beat by 39. There's no way. That's way too high. Way too high.
I teased that.
Way too high. The last time we went to Tuscaloosa was Derrick Henry's Heisman season. We only lost 37-10.
Here it is.
4 touchdowns, sure. But.
Doug will like this. I've got the Astros and Reds to win on the money line today. Abbott is on the hill against the Cubs, and I think it's a little strange that he's going up against Assad, and they're basically a pick 'em.
Mm-hmm.
That's really strange. And then it's Hunter Brown, who I know hasn't been great, but he's been okay, versus Luis Severino, he is just a ticking time bomb to give another inning and 2/3 and 9 innings. I mean, 9 runs.
9 runs. So. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Trosch is going to love this pick. Sorry to go back to fantasy. I'm going to take who I think is going to be the actual best rookie wide receiver out of this class. JSN. Lock it.
Like we were just talking about him on the show the other day. The only his injury, I'm not sure like where he's at with that now, but man, like those injuries during training camp for rookie receivers are just they're so detrimental. Like that's one of the reason I took DK Metcalf earlier. Is it just gives him that much more of a bump.
Yeah, that's why I stayed away from him too. For your sake, you're right, but
he's got all the talent. If he stayed healthy, yeah, he would be probably the top rookie receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to college, Sean, you've talked me into that TCU. Although I'm not sure if I should follow that after Hawaii last night. But yeah, like TCU minus 1.
Did y'all see the line for the Florida State LSU game finally came down? Someone must have put a lot of hay on FSU.
What, a plus 2 points now?
Florida State was getting 2.5 for like months, and it was down to 1.5 this morning. And if you take them on the money line, it's now just an even, which is odd because normally if you take a team to win that's an underdog, there's plus money somehow. So someone had to put a big stack on FSU to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still seeing them at Bet Online's got them at plus 110. I think draft what were we looking at? That US.
This was I think it was Bovada, and there was another one. It was 2 of them this morning because I usually look at 3. I got that thing set up where it shows me all 3 lines. What is the one that ESPN uses? That one's back up to -2. It was -1 this morning.
They use Caesars, I think.
MGM maybe. Anyways, it's interesting.
Yeah, DraftKings still has it at +2, and then
I think
plus
you're going to see that line move big time tomorrow because people will lose a lot of money today and they'll try to make it back.
I can see that.
I just think that line is it feels off.
Is it neutral site?
Yeah.
It's in Orlando, right?
Yeah. Florida State's 10-0-2 in Orlando lifetime.
See a lot of people talking themselves into, and I'm so tired of talking head shows, but see a lot of people talking themselves into, Florida State only won last year because LSU special teams were a joke and blah, 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 and this and that. I just think FSU is a better team, but.
Well, those are the people that don't know, that probably didn't watch the game. Florida State dominated that game. They were up by a touchdown inside the 5-yard line of LSU with 3 minutes left. If they had not gotten cute, they go up by 10, worst case scenario, with like 2.5 minutes left. There's no way LSU even makes it competitive. But they tried that toss sweep and the thing fell apart as a fumble. LSU got the right. Fumble and went the distance. And what was an incredible drive by what is his name? The quarterback for LSU.
Daniels.
Yeah.
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels went the entire, it was an incredible drive. And there was a catch in the end zone that wasn't you could highly debate if it was a catch, but regardless, I get what they're saying about the special teams thing at the very end, but leading up to that, they were not dominating that game. And I do think there's always going to be an SEC bias when you start talking about these shows,
I just had this problem the other day. I keep getting those two quarterbacks confused. Jaden is LSU. Jalen is Kansas. It's
right.
Messes me up every single time.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I did not realize. I guess I just missed the whole drama of the quarterback that ended up going to Arizona State, that originally was committed to Miami. They were going to give him a $9 million NIL deal. Florida stepped in and offered him 13.2 or something like that. It was 13.2, 13.3. He flipped to go to Florida, and then at the last minute, Florida reneged, and that's how he ended up at Arizona State with no NIL deal.
Wow.
And when you think about that, and I know they got the number 3 recruiting class right now, who is ever going to trust them again when they get caught up get caught up to speed, right?
Right.
Because there might be a kid out there who's committing, and then their parents are going to start digging and go, wait a minute. These guys stuck a knife in that kid's back after he turned down $9 million from Miami. Which is this
Jaden Rashada? Is that the guy?
This is the freshman quarterback. I forget his name. It may be Rashada.
I think it's Jaden Rashada. I didn't realize who else was in that QB depth chart. Old Notre Dame friend Drew Pine is in that depth chart at Arizona State.
Wow. Well, it's funny because so someone made a video breaking it all down the other night, and this was right after the Utah-Florida game. And someone put in the comment section and said, by the way, the Arizona State quarterback's got 200 yards passing at the half. but big picture, like, how do you tell a kid you're getting $13 million and then you pull the rug back? That's dirty.
That's Florida.
Yeah, I don't know how any kid could, biases aside, how does any kid expect anything else? Because it's not like $9 million is something to sneeze at. He turned down $9 million. He could be in Miami right now making $9 million.
It's too bad Arizona State got rid of Herm and their conference fell apart. Maybe Herm offered him 20 and we just never heard about it.
I don't remember how that went down. I remember him backing out and saying, I'm not going to Florida, but I did not realize why.
Yeah.
I thought he just said, I'm not going there because I don't want to play for Napier or something like that. I didn't realize he got screwed on the NIL. That really has turned into the wild, wild west.
Yep. Yeah, Arizona State situation kind of, and I don't have any dog in it, kind of ticked me off. Like, they had the whole off season to do their investigation and do whatever they wanted to do. And they waited until after the transfer portal is closed to announce a self-imposed postseason ban after they've already flushed the coaching staff out of there, which only screws the kids that stayed, which is just horrible.
Yeah. Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get out in front of it, kind of like when Michigan put the
did the Harbaugh thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Trosch. I need a backup quarterback. I'm doing it. He might end up like Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 1, dressed up as Mrs. Nesbitt with no arm by week 7. But if he stays upright, he's throwing for 4K.
You lost me, and I need a backup quarterback. But I like the pick. Never go wrong with Tua. No, if he's healthy, it's going to be a real fun season down south.
Let him wear the big helmet the whole year, the one they wear in training camp that looks like, it's just styrofoam.
No, just turn that Brian Robinson hat into a helmet. He'll never get hurt.
There you go.
Just, hey, he said to keep his name out of y'all's mouths, so, calm down, man. Tua's going to come in taekwondo your ass. I'm going to take Old Man River.
Old Man River.
Rogers!
I think he'll be energized and be pretty good. My big concern about him, real life and fantasy, is that offensive line isn't any better than the one Green Bay had last year. And that was his problem, is he was under heat the whole year.
Yeah, what the hell?
Love me some Zach. Former Wolverine. Hated it when he left Ann Arbor.
Is he healthy?
He has been.
I know he got hurt in the beginning of camp, and there was a lot of worry about him missing some time.
He better be.
He's on my team. Better be.
We're going to have a coming.
Oh, I'm going to get dragged for this one, but, we're talking about, 7th and 8th wide receivers here. Mike Thomas. Come on. Ponzi scheme. The grifter. Show me something.
That was my next pick. You just screwed me over.
I would have loved to see Trosch get him again.
I guess
play him all year long.
Yeah, he's going to score 4 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks, then never play again.
Hey, that's fine. If I go 2-0, I'll take it. It's like my 7th or 8th receiver.
Which means he'll be sitting on your bench when that happens.
It's a good point.
By the time you get into the lineup, he'll be worthless.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sometimes when you've played fantasy football for so long, it's a hindrance because you remember when these guys used to be good. And you're like, maybe I should take them. Whereas if you get some newbie coming in and goes, no, I'm not taking Michael Thomas. This guy sucks now. So is Philadelphia running back situation, has it become the New England Patriots?
Yeah, it might be worse than that. Penny, Gainwell, and Swift. Throw a dart.
All talks out of camp are that Gainwell has the job. Swift just really can't get out of the receiving role, and Penny's just there.
Are we in the last 2 rounds?
Yes.
Yep.
Which is hilarious that Swift can't get out of the receiving role, because that was what drove Detroit's coaching staff nuts, was the number of passes that hit his hands and then hit the turf.
Yeah.
Well, somebody drafted, I didn't pay attention to who, but somebody drafted Taylor.
Oh, Joey. 2 rounds ago.
Of course he did. I saw that he drafted AR-15 pretty damn high.
The upside there is almost limitless, but I just got a feeling it's going to be close to Malik Willis bad in those first few weeks.
All I know is even though we all thought he looked pretty good when he got the start against Philly, he still went 6 of 17 against the Philadelphia Eagles' third string. And that's kind of what you can expect as his ceiling this year. You're going to get well below 50% pass completions.
I think he's going to be walking up to the line against a 10-man box. They're going to dare him to throw the ball to not a great set of receivers. Not horrible, but not great.
Every time that you think he might be great, go back and watch the Kentucky-Florida game from last year.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Anytime you think that you might want to draft him or Will Levis, just go back and watch that game. And you can't tell if they're playing quarterback or skipping rocks. Like, you're like, what the hell is going on here?
I remember that game. Mark Stoops had him in the Iron Maiden. He had no idea what he was looking at.
One of the many times that Billy Ball continues to go for it on fourth down. He did it again Thursday night, 4th and 2, and they're going for it. I'm like, dude, would you kick the damn field goal and just, live to fight another day? We got bailed out by a false start, and then the kicker ends up missing the damn kick. But you okay there, Bernie? Later on, when he's over here for the in-person drafts, we're not going to be able to shut him up, dude. He's going to be a full of beer talking about, look, man, I remember when the Raiders and Reds were the standard in football and baseball. Y'all shut the hell up.
You say that until it's, 5 rounds deep in the auction league and he hasn't picked a player yet.
No, what you mean is no. It's just the opposite. You mean I picked 5 tight ends already?
I thought that was Waller.
No, last year nobody had any tight ends because I had them all.
No, this is gonna be quite the day. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, yes, it will.
We've already got all kinds of grub heading to the house, man. It should be fun.
This is going to end at the perfect time. Michigan game starts in 22 minutes.
Oh man!
And of course, I just put together that Dave and I are rivals right now. He's got the Merino jersey. I've got the Finkel.
All right, who's the? I gotta have one.
That's a good pick. That shows how much faith you have in your Titans.
I mean the Titans probably win that game 9-7, right? I thought there was.
You're going to be furious in the group chat when that game's 37-33.
Everyone keeps harping on this guy. I still think he's going to be on the waiver wire for me in week 2, but I'll go ahead and take Flowers.
Good pick.
They keep going, oh, man, he's good. I was like, when has a Baltimore wide receiver ever been paid great dividends for you? Hollywood Brown got the hell out of there. and now look at him.
Speaking of tough watches this year, I think there's a Thursday night Amazon Cardinals Rams game. All right, Doug's gonna love this, but I like this guy. I think he might be the beneficiary of a lot of double coverage in Vegas this year. I always liked him in New England. It just never. I think the pass during the annexation of Puerto Rico event against the Raiders last year got him run out of town in New England. But I've always liked Jacoby.
All right, so let's go to. He hasn't drafted yet. Let's go to Doug's team first. See what you got here. You got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Pollard, Connor, Kittle, Olave, London, Rashad White, Kamara, Brian Robinson, the wrong B Robinson, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, that guy got shot and still made it back before week 6. Come on.
This year will be different. This year they'll be taking him outside to shoot him. Like an old horse.
All right. I got to run, fellas. I'll see you in the draft tonight. Take
All
it
right,
easy.
sounds good. Where is I wanted to see there's Steven's team. We're about to wrap this up.
Just in the last pick.
Holmes, Lamb, Metcalf, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cook, Kelsey, Cooper, DJ Moore. That's pretty good value there. Y'all in on Tank Bigsby?
Yeah, I mean he's probably one of the most well-known sleepers this draft season. Everybody is on him.
Yeah, I see the hype. I don't know if I buy into, especially that fumble, but who knows? I like my team okay. This really isn't the strategy I'm planning on using later, but I always try to make this trophy draft a little different than the teams I'm actually going to draft.
Yeah.
Well, what y'all's walk off? We'll go ahead and wrap this up because we got a long day in front of us.
My walk off. Well, I'll see you guys in 2 hours when we get to do this the rest of the day.
Yes, sir. We got big old subs. We got wings coming. We got all kinds of stuff loaded up. Just bring whatever you're planning on. Keeping you hydrated with.
Gotcha.
See y'all about 2 o'clock.
All right.
Later, y'all.
Good luck, everybody. Enjoy college football.
Next Saturday, we'll actually have a real college football kickoff show. This is just kind of the warm up. What is this? Hold on. Should I trade Mahomes and Evan Ingram for Deshaun Watson, TJ Hawkinson, Alvin? Yes. Yeah. Mahomes and Evan Williams for Deshaun Watson, TJ Hawkinson, Alvin Kamara, and Jamal Williams. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I take that.
I think I would. I would kind of like to know what if it's PPR, all that kind of stuff. But I think I would take my chances because I think your tight end's much better. You're getting depth at running back. I know Watson,
top 10 quarterback.
Watson won't be Mahomes, but it's not that big of a gap,
Yeah.
Would you take that, Doug?
Yeah, definitely.
12-man PPR. 12-man PPR? I'm definitely jumping on that.
Yeah. The minute you said 12, yeah.
If it was an 8-man PPR, I'd be like, wait a minute, there might be a lot of depth out there that you can go snag something. But 12-man, shoot. You get Jamal Williams first couple weeks, and then you get Kamara after he's done slapping people around in bars. He'll be ready to rock and roll, baby. That's great.
Derek Carlos, target running backs.
That's why I handcuffed those two.
Oh, he's going to be checked down Sally, All right, guys, we'll see you a couple hours.
Yep.
Have a good one. We'll see y'all next week for the actual Armchair Quarterback Show.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening to Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks on 99.1 FM WQEE, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, and simulcasting on youtube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country comes your way weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Please follow, like, and subscribe today. Armchair Quarterback Radio, your first choice for Southern sports.
Something of the 5th of September. Something of the 5th of September. She said a lot that I can't remember. Something of the 5th. Can I get another cigarette, please? Can I get another cigarette, please? Yeah, I know I live to regret it. Just give me another cigarette, please. Can I get another cigarette, please?
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia.